Now, in our very first story, the Interior Ministry has imposed a curfew on Chereponi and Saboba townships in the northern region following the renewal of communal clashes between Konkombas and Chokosis. Several homes in 3 communities have been burned down, with 3 persons sustaining gunshot wounds. Now, the imposition of the curfew comes as the residents call for increased security following the escalation of the clashes. Here is a youth leader of the Chokosi community, Amidu Muniru.
There are about 5 villages that have been burned. People have died. What we want is that it's one peace. We are calling on the Minister of Defense, the regional minister, and all the regional and district security council to come to the area and calm down situations. The Benda Bruno, the Benda Duni, and all others. That is when it started again, and since then they are still moving towards Chereponi. They have targeted some villages, almost at the village, because the Achuma we are talking about is just a few meters into Tekasu, and from Tekasu they are moving into Chereponi. That is not what we want.
But have you guys cooperated with the security services to ensure that this thing is resolved once and for all?
Yes, I will say yes, because even the security personnel who come, we receive them in Chereponi, we feed them, we give them shelter in Chereponi before they move towards the crime scene. So yes, we have cooperated with them. If you say soldiers were sent from Accra, we are not aware of that. What we are aware of is the soldiers that went yesterday in a helicopter, numbering 30 that I said earlier. But as at now, whoever says the place is calm or they have sent security personnel, we have not heard or seen any of them there yet. We want the government of Ghana to come to our aid. They should help us. They should bring securities. These securities, the personnel that the MP is talking about, we've not heard of them, we've not seen them. The fight is still ongoing.
Member of Parliament for Chereponi, Samuel Jabanyete, says a fact-finding team led by RECSEC on Thursday found out that a 3rd community being inhabited by hundreds of people has also been burned down. He describes the situation as pathetic.
The situation is died now because the 3rd community has been burned today, and this community is called Asari. This is a community that is over maybe 1,500 people.
And these 1,500 people, where are they now?
We can't find anybody. They just arrived where the structure has been set ablaze. So the military went to the school building, and we found an old man with a broken arm and in the building, and almost half bent. So he has been rescued, and the police vehicle is taking him to the hospital. But we are still here in the village now with the Brigadier General of the General Staff Command of the Tamale military, and then the regional police commander is also here with other policemen and then the military.
Do you know how many communities have been burnt down so far?
Today alone, 3 communities, and these are big communities.
Do you know whether anyone is dead so far as a result of these clashes?
Yeah, we haven't found any right now, but still the men are still in the bush. The military.
We are picking report that it's likely that they will impose curfew on the...
Yes, it has been approved. The curfew is approved now, and it's starting from 4 p.m. this morning to 7 a.m.
And so yes, now we know that that curfew has indeed been imposed in the area, and we have a copy of the Interior Minister's release on the curfew. It says the Minister for the Interior has, on the advice of the Northern Regional Security Council and by executive instrument, imposed a 4 p.m. to 7 a.m. curfew on Chereponi and Saboba townships and their environs, effective Thursday, January 3, 2019. The position of the curfew follows the outbreak of violence in the towns arising from clashes between 2 ethnic groups, Konkombas and Chokosis. Government continues to urge chiefs, elders, opinion leaders, youth, and people of the area to exercise restraint in the face of the challenges confronting them, as well as to use non-violent means to channel their energies into ensuring peace in the area. Meanwhile, there is a total ban on all persons in the aforementioned communities and its environs from carrying arms, ammunition, or any offensive weapon, and any persons found with any arms or ammunition will be arrested and prosecuted. And this is signed by the Interior Minister for the Interior, Ambrose Derry. Let's get on to the phone lines now and speak with the Northern Regional Minister Salifu Said for the very latest. Thank you very much for making time to speak with us. Now, you have visited the grounds today. What did you find?
Hello.
Yes, good evening to you. I'm asking, you have visited the grounds, and what did you find?
Yeah, thank you very much, and thanks to your cherished listeners. It's unfortunate that as we have just been ushered into the new year, in our region we have been greeted with this unacceptable violent confrontation. We didn't just even waste time. We had to deploy security yesterday to reinforce the men on the ground. But after the situation was contained yesterday, early this dawn, we picked signals that two communities were attacked and burned down, and immediately we had to, as RESEC, we quickly mobilized the troops again and release a helicopter to move to where the troops were advancing from, between that of the Saboba towards the Chereponi side. Even by the time that the heli got onto the ground, they had been another third place in which almost everybody flew out of the town. There was an old lady that was left when Vexec landed, and the old lady was picked up. But what I just want to say is that one of the measures that we put in place, because we have scattered settlement patterns in northern region, is not regulated. So the security, because of the inaccessible areas of some of the small villages and communities, the security cannot be everywhere. So we had to recommend this curfew that takes off from 4 p.m. to 7 a.m. in the morning, given the fact that the people mobilize themselves, they plan under the cover of darkness, and by dawn they start embarking on this attack. And this measure, when it is enforced, that from this evening, 2 days, if they don't get the opportunity to plan under the cover of darkness, they may not be able to pass, and we use this opportunity to get to the key stakeholders from these two ethnic communities, that is the Concombers and that as well as the Chapotis, to appeal to their people not to use this violent approach to be able to address the problem. But the security, together with RESEC, we are working around, we are already calling all the key people, be it politicians, chiefs, opinion leaders, to come together so that we identify the influential people to be able to calm down everybody so that this unacceptable action will be.
Now, have any arrests at all been made?
Yeah, first of all, we want a situation like this degenerate to a violent confrontation and they are burning. We need to first of all save life and property and contain the situation. That is the measure that the RESEC has put in place. So now that the situation has been contained, beyond that, the perpetrators can now be looked for, unless the people who if there is in that event that they are picked directly on the scene or in the action. So, but in this situation, they position themselves in the bush and shooting from afar. So, but the security are working around so that they can pick up some of these perpetrators.
All right, thank you very much. We have been speaking with the Northern Regional Minister, Salifu Said.